So, I got a new personal best speedrun. This is not it. This is the run before it. It's sub 30, which is pretty good for a random village run. I was just running seeds to have fun. I was not resetting for a PB. And so I got this run. It wasn't that bad. So I go on to the next one and I see a village. So I start it and I grab 3 logs like you should. And I do that so that I can make a wooden sword, kill the golem, make an iron pickaxe, get some stone, then make some stone tools, and then get the rest of everything I need after that. I'm not gonna like explain quite everything. That was a misplay there, getting all those crops, because I only got 2 carrots, and it made my inventory management with those seeds really weird because I kept throwing them and kept picking them back up. But I do like this, how I grabbed the hay bales right here, and then I trade to this guy that just happened to have the hay trade, because this village does not have a blacksmith. I'm not planning on going for a PB at all. I'm just thinking maybe sub 30 like the last one. So that's why I looked for a village, and I got this bed. I'm pretty sure I got 2. I don't remember where I got the other one, or if I already got it. Yeah, I think it was right here. So the golem is up here, and when I come around, I think it's right here. No, it's after I craft. Yes, this is what I noticed. My mechanics need some work. Like, they're so slow. In the moment, I think they're fast. But right there, on the left side, you can see all that fire over there. There's a lava pool. So I'm like, okay, this doesn't have a blacksmith, but there's a lava pool, and I won't need to dig down. So it could be a kind of fast enter. And then I thought, what if it's like a ranked seed? That'd be kind of funny. But I was like, no, it's not, because it doesn't have a blacksmith. Anyway, I kill the golem. I come over and I very slowly craft everything I need to. I'm gonna start working on my mechanics, because all this little stuff adds up. And this is where I get my stone and my second bed. It was a really good idea to get a second bed, because if I didn't, that would have come back to bite me later. And I got 3 extra hay bales from what I got the first time, just to get some extra bread, because I'm planning on this being a longer run than what it turns out to be. So, you know, I just craft my stuff. I think I crafted a boat. No, so I didn't need to craft a composter since I already traded with the farmer guy. So all I needed was a barrel for a fisherman to get the bucket. That's what happened. And then luckily that guy on his first try has the bucket. So I'm all ready to go. The only thing is I don't have any flint, and I'm looking around right there to see if there's a river anywhere, but there's not. So I'm just like, okay, I'm wood lighting. And wood lighting is a good decision. That was a great decision to be fast, but you'll see in a second why it was kind of a bad decision. Anyway, I'm getting wood since I didn't get any at the village. I really should have got some around the houses there instead of that, because I had to go kind of out of my way. And as you can see, my mechanics are awful trying to craft that. But I have plenty of wood for any blocks I might need. And so I'm just building my portal, and I know I'm going to wood light, so I need to get a little extra wood anyway. And this is pretty basic. Like, I don't have a lot to say about this part, except for like wood lighting. But for wood lighting, I turned my difficulty on hard, you'll see in a second, because fire spreads faster on hard, and there was already fire there. So like, okay, this might be kind of fast. And yeah, I did that, and I just get in the water, and I'm like, okay, I have a ton of bread, so that doesn't really matter. Anyway, so difficulty's on hard, fire spreading around, and this is all random. Like, it could take several minutes, but for me, it actually happened pretty fast. I think right when I started to jump out. So I'm like, okay, it's a 4-minute nether enter, and I pause, and there's like an insta spike. So I'm like, oh, this might be close. And then I'm like staring right at the bastion. I'm like, oh my goodness, this is kind of like a rank seed. I'm like, okay, but the fortress just isn't gonna be close. Like, I've had other things like this. The fortress just isn't close, or the terrain's bad, and I go to my wide mecha right there to try and see if there's a fortress anywhere, but I don't see anything. And right here, I'm just getting some extra blocks since I know I need some. But if you notice, since I turned the difficulty on hard, I never turned it off. And that doesn't affect much of this run, but it's still really bad. And I pause right here for no reason. Like, I'm looking at that hoglin. I thought he was going to come down, but he didn't. And I just stopped and stood for like 5 seconds. That's such a time waste. Difficulties on hard. I didn't know it, but I just played it like I regularly would. And I get everything. I think there was obsidian in this chest. No, it was in the bottom one, actually. So I am lucky that I went past these guys and then punched him, because if I didn't and I got hit once, I probably would have died since it's on hard. Luckily, I blocked that off just in time. I'm doing a pretty standard top-down bastion route, and you can see it's 5 minutes. And I'm like, oh man, for this to be a really good pace, I need to be leaving the bastion at this time. I'm like, okay, whatever. It could PB, but the fortress is just going to be too far. So I get the pigs down, and I just drop down. I need to, like, not do that. There's some things I need to change. But this is still a pretty standard bastion route. And I throw the gold, you know, and just mine some gold blocks like usual. And so I'm thinking, yeah, this is kind of cool. This is like a rank seed. And I mean, it could still PB if I do everything right. Like, even if the fortress is far. I'm like, I'm just not going to worry about that. I'm just going to play it. Just play it out like I did with the other ones. And so I just get all the gold I need right here. I'm digging into this chest. I don't know if it's a good thing to do that, but I do that sometimes. And it has 11 obsidian. Maybe I already had some. I don't know. But it's got a good amount of obsidian. And I stand here and get the trays, throw them back their gold. And right here I do some crafting. And I was going to craft a blaze bed, except I realized I already had 2 beds, which is good. So I craft an iron axe. And I still have my stone axe in my inventory, which is bad. I should have thrown that out. But that's actually really good for what happens later. You'll see. Once I get there, there are some definitely misplays in this run that I will mention, and you will definitely notice. Especially the leaving the difficulty on hard. Oh yeah, and this is when I realized the fortress is like 14 chunks away. I'm like, okay, whoa. Okay, it's probably just a treasure bastion. It's sub 7, pigs are finished trading. Okay, wait. Wait just a minute. No, don't wait. Because I'm speedrunning. I gotta go. So then I dig out the back since I know there's terrain there. Well, I was actually just gonna check across the border, but there was terrain. And I don't get anything that way. So I go this way, nothing. And I was gonna go that way, but then my mind blanked and then I, you know, went the other way. And right here, yeah, I tried throwing the bottle and I threw my iron axe into the lava and I heard it burn. So I was like, well, good thing I kept my stone axe because that would be a time loss. It already was a time loss crafting and then throwing it in a lava, but it's whatever. So I'm like, yeah, 7:30, going to the fortress. I should have thrown pearls here, but I didn't want to because I thought if I throw it and it's going to land somewhere and I don't know where it is. But I really should have. And then I come over here and I see it. So then I try and go for higher terrain, which it was a really close pearl. It almost hit the side, but I was going to block clutch and then I did, but it wasn't going to fall anyway. And so I go over to the fort and it's like 8 minutes and I look at the timer and then I'm like, wait, my PB is like a 9:45 fortress or something like that. I'm like, wait, this is actually on pace. This is like really good pace for me. Not my fastest ever in like ranked, but this is still pretty fast for me. So then I just keep going and I mine under this tree. I look that way, there's nothing, and I turn again and there's 3 blazes that had spawned. So I go for them. The only thing is the first 2, I believe, did not drop, which was really annoying. So I thought, man, these rates are just going to be so bad. So then I keep going, and I know I can throw a pearl here since I have so much food. And then I see a blaze over there. This is another misplay. I go all the way around. I get stuck at this tree. I jump up, and I spend probably like maybe 8-10 seconds just trying to get over this one little blaze when I should have just bridged over to where I was before. And I went over here. It would have just been so much faster if I had just bridged over instead of going all the way around. And then I lower my render distance because I think maybe I can play strays. I've already gotten a few. And then this is where it opens up to the good part of the fortress. Like where it actually opens up, and there's blaze spawner right there. Like, oh, that's good. But I was like, you know, if it's really gonna PB like what I want, then I should be blinding right now. So it's probably just not gonna PB. And you see when that blaze hit me, it did a ton of damage because I'm on hard. And I blaze bed, pretty standard. And I heard some other blazes through the wall, so I'm thinking, oh, there's probably another spawner over there. And then I get this lava. And I remember someone telling me that it's always best to drain the lava and not just go to the other spawner. So I put a bunch of gravel down because when the lava is not connected, it drains faster. And you'll see that in a second. Like, I kill a blaze or two, and then when I turn around, the lava's pretty much gone. Which is really good because the light level keeps blazes from spawning. So I do that and they don't drop, which is really annoying because this run could have been probably a minute faster if I got good enough rates. And I have plenty of fire res. There's a ton of blazes that spawned over here, so I just keep going. And that one doesn't drop. And let's see, I don't remember all of them that dropped. That one doesn't drop either. And I think this guy did. No, he didn't. Yeah, see, these rates are so bad. So now I'm just waiting at the spawner, and I think, okay, I've cleared out the spawner. My habit is to, you know, I need to throw away some junk before I craft all my beds. And I'm like, okay, wait. It's a good thing I didn't double blaze bed because I was thinking about that, because now I only have 5 beds. And I could have made respawn anchors, but I thought I had more string than I did. So this is where things started to pick up because I got a, you know, now I have 7 rods. So I build my blind portal. This is still a faster blind than my personal best. I think it was like maybe 12.5 minutes to somewhere around 12.5 minutes on my personal best. This is about 11.5, which is pretty good. And the other thing is it's night, which I don't like because the zombies see you from so far away and there's a zombie villager. And I don't have a boat either, so I had to craft a boat. And so I'm just like, okay, kill this guy. I don't see any other guys around. Craft my blaze rods, which is really slow. Come on, craft the eyes. Anyway, I see this other zombie, so I kill him. This is all time loss. Like while I'm killing these zombies, I'm thinking this is such time loss. I'm wasting so much time. Pull up my calculator and I see that other zombie coming at me in the distance, but he's walking so slow. I'm like, surely I'm fast enough to measure an eye before he gets here. Let's hope it. Let's hope it. Let's hope I can do it on the first try. So then I don't know why it goes really thin like that. I need to figure out why it does that. Anyway, you can see the eye and I measure it. And then I fix all my settings back to the default or like how I like it. Zombie does a ton of damage because I'm still on hard. There's just another zombie that shows up and I can take care of them. And I see the eye. I should not have went and got the eye since I had 7 rods. I drank the potion. And I go back into the nether at about a minute later, which is way too long. It should have taken me like 20 seconds to measure that if I had a boat and I didn't have to craft anything. Anyway, so I try to go to each coordinate one at a time, but I know I'm kind of high and I know there's terrain over here, so I throw a really bad pearl because I thought it would go through the vines, but it didn't. Ate some food, and then I run over and I realize I'm actually pretty close to cords, but there's a hoglin over there, so then I end up just digging. This probably wasted me 20 seconds. And I try to be consistent and go to Y38 for my stronghold portal. I may not always do that, but I try to. Yeah, so I wasted a good amount of time here getting into the stronghold when I should have just like lava the hoglin or something. Or just like built it. But if it wasn't on hard, I probably could have built it without worrying about the hoglin. But I left it on hard. So if I did go toward it, I probably would have died. And so here, this is still a faster stronghold enter than my personal best, which is probably like a minute later. And I'm at the starter staircase because it's behind that door. I didn't check, I just assume it is because the stronghold is pretty close. I know I probably didn't mess up my measurement. So I do preemptive here, and it looks like there's a spike somewhere in that direction. But I can't tell exactly where it is, and it looks like it's coming from the right more. So I start to go right, and then I'm like, there's no button. Maybe I should go here. I should have checked the other way because there's all light over there, and there's not light down here. And then there is. I'm like, okay, maybe it's down here. So I do a little 360 turn around, and then I run over. That probably lost me, what, like 10 seconds? Yeah, this all lost me 10 seconds. I hear the silverfish, and if I had just gone right where the light was, I would have been there even faster. I'm like, I'm planning on zero cycling at this point, because I know if I really wanted to PB, I should zero cycle, because the dragon might just not perch, and I can't break crystals. I always forget to get a crossbow with the arrows that I get, and I spend way too long like crafting the eyes, and very slowly like changing settings and everything. And I put them all in pretty slow. It's an overhang. I start mining the block with a pearl, which is dumb. It felt like way longer in the moment. I'm like, okay, I'm probably just not gonna zero cycle. And then that happens. I just try to pearl, and then I fall. Yeah. And then I'm just like, yeah, no way I'm hitting a zero now. So then I decide to throw pearl, since I still have like 14 bread. And I see the dragon, and I'm like, man, I really hope it perches, because this is a pretty good pace for me. So then I set up the one cycle. And I mean, you probably already know, if you know what my other personal best is, the dragon does perch pretty fast, actually. Faster than it usually does when all crystals are still unbroken. So now I'm just waiting. And it's just a waiting game. And the dragon starts to fly over, and I'm like, oh, is it gonna perch? No, it's turning back toward me. Okay, wait. No, it's flying straight back. Yeah, it's gonna perch. So I throw a pearl, and I go for the one cycle, but there's still a little bit I have to say. Not great, not great. Good damage. Okay damage. That should have ended it, but it did not. I'm like, okay, this is still gonna PB. I kill the dragon. I'm staring up because I don't want to risk looking at any Enderman. I'm traumatized when looking at Enderman. And I try to eat my food, and I throw a pearl. I'm like, oh no. So I lower my render distance. I'm like, don't land, and it lands. And I lose 5 seconds because of my stupid nerves. I threw a pearl, and it's just... Anyway. I am sort of proud of how I played that run. I think I played it pretty well, except for like the mechanics mistakes. And obviously that pearl, that was a mechanics thing. Anyway, that's about it. New personal best. I wasn't going for PB. It was a stupid village seed, but it worked out. Okay, not as crazy as my last reaction. Oh, that was a village seed. What in the world? Oh, and I threw that pearl on accident. So I lost like 5 seconds. That was so weird. It was a village seed. It was like a 4 or 5 minute nether enter. That's stupid. I was just afraid I was going to look at an Enderman. Thinking about past runs here from other top runners, you know, that are really fast. I just don't want to accidentally look at an Enderman without realizing it, but nothing ran toward me.